Hello, friends. Very pleased to finally have the Animal Crossing New Horizons official guide in from Amazon. I've been waiting for this thing forever, so let's open it up and check it out. The box looks like it was run over by a car on the way here. Looks pretty bad. But the book appears to have made it, and wow. It's fatter than I expected. Look at the size of that thing. Can you see? Look. That is a big, thick, fatty book. And it's shrink wrapped, so in order to check it out, we have to shrink wrap it. We have to unshrink wrap it. It would be hard to check out if we shrink wrapped it. So without any further ado, let's take the shrink wrapping off this sucker. And check it out, huh? Pretty. I dig the art. Does it open up to make like one big piece of art? It sure does. Oh, it comes off. It's a soft cover. It has a soft cover that makes like an Animal Crossing type poster. Can you see it? Very cool. I think we should put the cover back on, don't you? Let's put the cover back on. So there you go. Here's the official guide. Let's have a close look at it. Or at least a closer look at it, if we can, if possible. Welcome, resident. What do you want to know? Oh, so there's a whole bunch of stuff in this book. Welcome to your island getaway. Meet the locals, the Nook Inc. Guide to Island Life, the great outdoors, the workbench, Isabel's Island Reviews, the collector's catalog. Very, very cool. The online calendar. Oh, look at that. There's an online Animal Crossing calendar at future-press.com/ACNH-calendar. Very, very cool. Has their birthdays and all the events that are happening. 2 unique, helpful bookmarks. Oh, nice. Talks about the seasons and other interesting things. Where can we find those bookmarks? Oh, and there's a QR code for the online. There it is. That's the online calendar right there. Can you grab that code? I think you should have no problem doing it. Now, how do we find the bookmarks? It says there's 2 bookmarks that it comes with, and they're pretty cool. Let's see if we can find them. Digging the artwork. The artwork is awesome. There's a section that looks kind of different than the rest. No. Where are these bookmarks? So I don't know where the bookmarks are. Can't find them. Special character posters. Oh man, look. Shows all their portraits and whatnot. Very, very cool. And there's a lot of them. Here's the amiibos. Talks about the amiibos. Are you a collector of Animal Crossing amiibo cards or figures? You're in for a treat. Animal Crossing amiibo cards are, of course, compatible. You can use them to summon whichever resident you'd like to move into the island via resident services. Page 30 has all the details about the process. And, oh wow. These are all the ones that work. Let's go ahead and see if we can't find, oh wow, items and more. The post, I don't know what the bookmarks are. I will show you guys the bookmarks, but oh, there they are. The bookmarks have arrived. They're on page 204. And they each have a QR code on them. So let's get that QR code to you right now. There is QR code number 1. Oh, that's it. There's only one QR code. But here's the bookmarks. It's useful lists and legend. So it tells you basically where things are in the book. For example, the clothing catalog is page 275. Furniture list is page 334. Wallpapers, flooring, customizations. The fish and the bugs and the fossils, what page they're on. All about the island residents. And then here, the seasons. Very, very cool. So I think if you were to scan this awesome bookmark, oh no, that's the online calendar again. Sorry, I thought you would get these bookmarks to maybe print, but you don't. You get the online calendar. Very nice bookmarks. So it's a cool book. I like it a lot. It shows the fossils and all the different dinosaurs, and I guess the pieces required to put them together. Let's see if we can get you a closer look right now at them. So there's the T-Rex right there. You can see that the T-Rex requires 3 pieces. Oh, sorry, that's Spinosaurus. There's the T-Rex. The skull, the torso, and the tail. I was like, where's my finger? I don't see my finger because it was off the screen. Spinosaurus was the one I was accidentally showing you right there. And that's really cool because, again, it shows each part that it takes to make the Spinosaurus. Some of them require a lot of parts. So this guide is super helpful. There's right there the Diplodocus. 6 parts for that sucker. That's pretty crazy. That's a lot of parts. Fossils. Insect occurrences. Wow, that's interesting. This chart's showing you all the different insects, and then in the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and when they appear. And there's 2 pages of this. If you look over there, it's pretty complicated. Holy mackerel. So there's a lot to Animal Crossing. It's a very in-depth game, and a guide like this is super helpful. Talks about more bugs, how to catch them. For example, right here on this page, shows you what you can catch under rocks, near trash, skimming on the water, by rolling snowballs, on the beach, on residents, things like that. How to handle wasps. There's a whole page over here on hazardous criticals. On hazardous critters. There's a whole page on hazardous critters. And here's the more breaking down on the bugs and whatnot. Look at the fish. Very cool. Shows you all the different fish, what their value is, and what they look like in their tank. That's pretty cool. So you can actually see the tank that the fish will be in when you put it on display. And this is all the fish occurrences as well right here. I bet you didn't know that the shadows of fish show you different types of fish. Let's have a quick peek. You'll see all about the shadows. Sharks, extra, extra large, XL, large, eels, extra small, small, and medium. And then it talks about bait, which is interesting because bait should be called chum. Bait shouldn't be called bait. When you scatter fish bait into the water in fishing, that's called chum when it's used to attract fish. Say you ground up meat, you ground up bunker, you ground up butterfish, whatever you grind up, and you spread it into the water to attract fish, that's chum. So here's the flowers. I mean, a lot of people are going to like the flowers for sure. Talks all about the common, the rare, the very rare, hybrid, and holy mackerel, there's a lot. And it even shows you their value. We'll skim past this real quick. Fruit, growth stages, palm trees, fruit trees, types of trees. Talks about cutting and mowing trees. Trees. 4 days for a tree to fully mature. Make sure all adjacent spaces surrounding the location you've chosen are devoid of obstacles, or your tree will not thrive. So yes, one space around each tree. We've talked about this before, and people keep insisting it's 2 spaces. It is 1 space. Wind patterns, that's interesting. Special weather, gifts from above. So it talks about wind patterns. Wind can blow from the northwest to the southeast, or northeast to the southwest. So that's right here. It actually shows you the wind pattern, which is interesting. I never really thought about that. I just thought things basically floated like the balloons, left to right or right to left, regardless of wind. But I have noticed that sometimes the wind is stronger than other times, and you can see trees blowing and whatnot. So that's kind of cool. Rain and snow, weather. Oh, look, weather patterns. 9 weather patterns it talks about in the game, which is really cool. Sunny, rain, cloudy, sunny then cloudy, occasional rain, cloudy then sunny, other, rainy then cloudy, cloudy then rainy. Super cool. In the winter, rain or heavy rain will always turn to snow or heavy snow during the winter, it says. That's really cool. Talks about snowballs because you're going to be able to make snowmen, and I suppose a snow family, just like Animal Crossing New Leaf you could. So that's interesting, showing how to make the snowmen. Do-it-yourself recipes. Talks all about seasons. Nook Miles and daily challenges. And these are all the Nook Mile program. So these are ways, I suppose, to earn your miles through the Nook Mile program, which is really cool. Shows all the different objectives, and there are a lot of them. This is such an awesome book. Isabel! Whole thing on Isabel. We're going from back to front, kind of, but that's okay. How to expand your home. Resident upgrades. There's a chapter here on earning bells, which talks about planting your trees. Growing fruit on a large scale can really increase your income. Very, very cool. So it talks all about earning bells. Oh, your money rock. Talks about your money rock appearing every day, and if you prepare properly, it'll grant you 16,000 bells for minimal effort each day. And of course, the golden spot. Bury however many bells you want for a chance to grow a money tree. However, like turnips, it can be a risky gamble. Interesting. Building the museum, unlocking useful tools, KK slider, the main storyline. Ooh, look at that. There is a printing error. Do you see this? My entire page 126 and 127 is double printed. Talks about home storage, your Bell wallet, the main storyline, and the main storyline progression chart. Gee, and you can't even read the main storyline progression chart. That makes me so sad. So page 126 to 127 are double printed. Let's see if you can see that. Look at that. Hopefully that shows up on the camera, but it's all double printed. Looks really terrible. It's super hard to read. That's a shame. I wonder what can be done about that. I guess nothing. I guess nothing. They sure as heck aren't going to send us all new books, right? There's your storage, earning bells. More about earning bells. Talks about trees, talks about weeds, talks about paleontology, talks about shells, talks about catching fish and bugs. Of course, the money rocks, your tools, musical instruments, and the party popper. Magic wands. These are all your tools. Nice explanation of how the tools work. And your craftable tools. This is nice too. That's actually a nice little shortcut right there, especially early on. Talks about the tools and what's required to craft them. Everything from the flimsy axe to the stone axe to the golden axe to the flimsy fishing rod, etc., etc., etc. What you need to make them. I think that's really cool. All right, there was a bit of a camera issue, so I had to stop the video and restart. There might be a little bit of a jump, and that's why. I was looking at the Meet the Residents section of the book, which shows you all of the potential residents. 391. That is a lot. This talks about all of them. They each have their own little card, gives you their name, their birthday, their nickname, the style that they like, the colors that they like elegant, active, cute, simple, cool, then their favorite colors. Pages and pages and pages, so that's pretty cool. I like this feature a lot, actually. And it even separates them into ducks, dogs, all the different categories. I think there's cats, gorillas, frogs. I'm a big fan of frogs, so you can see all the frogs, which is neat. Talks about how to make friends. Weekly price fluctuations. So this is all about Daisy May and her tulips, which is really cool. Tulips. Her turnips. So it's all about turnips. So this is interesting. It talks about the weekly price fluctuations of turnips. And it says that they change in the morning and afternoon every day. And they'll always follow one of these four patterns. So normal, sudden spike, gradual decline, or gentle spike. So I guess it's up to you to try to figure out which one of these patterns is happening. What's interesting is it shows you the bottom, the actual percentage chance of getting those categories, which is pretty cool. So this is the probabilities of next week's pattern. And of course, there's a whole page here. It talks all about the turnips and how they work. 2 pages to be specific. Here is Harvey. Harvey's pretty cool. He has a photography studio on one of the islands. You can go there and you can actually have photo shoots, which is really interesting and a feature I didn't expect. So I'm super interested in reading more about Harvey's photography studio. There's Flick. There's Kick's inventory. So the special visitors who come to your community center and sell you things, there are pages that talk all about what they sell, how much they cost, the colors that are available. Very, very cool. You can learn all about Wisp, of course, and other random visitors such as Sierra. And this is interesting because Sierra's wallpaper situation is super confusing and vague, especially the mystery wallpapers. Well, there's a whole listing here all about the mystery wallpapers. Gulliver, how he works. Orville, Wilbur, Dodo Airlines, how traveling works. The Able sisters. The book just goes on and on and on, blathers with details about how to play the game. And I think that's really, really, really awesome. But I'm going to stop there. That's a pretty good overview of the book and what it has to offer. And it's really awesome. This is the soft cover right here, which opens up into a poster and poster type thing. Here's the actual cover, which is a Polaroid or an Instax. Looks like an Instax wide because it's big, of some villagers and the animals. So that's really neat. But I love it. I think the book was totally worth the money. It's super awesome. There's been a lot of talk about the book being outdated because of how the game has been updated since launch with new features and new events and new things like that. But clearly, if you get a good look at this book, for example, here's all the insects. It is far from outdated and extremely worth owning. Highly recommend it. I cannot wait to dig into this further, to learn all about the actual items available and the little nuances that I might not know about certain things. So very exciting. And I like the legend and the useful links in the 2 bookmarks that they provided. I'm also super interested in the online calendar, which I'm going to check out as well. So there it is, the Animal Crossing New Horizons official campaign guide for Nintendo Switch, and it's pretty darn awesome. Bye.